Hey guys, episode 9 of Andor just dropped and it was another slow episode. A lot of new information was given to us to further prepare for the coming finale in only a couple more episodes. This show has been very slow, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but just different compared to what us fans are used to. In my opinion, the story they have conveyed so far in 9 episodes could have easily been explained in 4 or 5. There is a lot of extra dialogue and scenes that aren't always needed. The episode starts off with Mira interrogating Bix. She is asking questions about Andor's whereabouts and when she last saw him. Of course, Bix doesn't say anything, which leads her to being tortured to find out the information. We then shift to the prison where Andor is. I didn't expect the storyline of the prison to be this long. I thought only an episode was needed, or maybe 2, but it seems like we're spending the rest of the season here. Much more information was told about this prison in this episode, but I will get onto that later. Andor tells his crew that he was taking a break and heads to the bathroom, but when he is in there, he bashes a section of the wall and starts destroying a pipe. He was clearly trying to create some sort of distraction and cause more disarray. He wants to break out. He can't stay in prison for his full sentence as it is over 6 years. If he remains there for 6 years, he will likely never see his mother again and the Empire will continue to grow, making him powerless. We cut to Mon Mothma in the Senate. The Senate in this episode was awesome. Mon Mothma's pod was in the center as she was speaking to everyone, and the rest of the Senate room was just groaning and disapproving of what she was saying. There were some people in agreement though. As she spoke, the lights of numerous pods turned off with sort of signals that the Senate is opting out of the discussion. As we go back to Andor in the prison, there seems to be a lot of confusion amongst the prisoners. The inmates are communicating to each other across different levels using sign language. They keep monitoring level 2 and how something disastrous has happened down there. Rumors start to spread that they have been killed or something. We then hear a conversation between Mon and Vel. It seems Vel is actually Mon Mothma's cousin. Mon Mothma is starting to struggle with all this secrecy, but Vel is able to remind her of the cruelties of the Empire and that if they don't stand up for what is right, then their lives have been pointless. They must do everything in their power to stop the Empire. When they said goodbye and Vel motioned to leave Coruscant, it seemed like this was their last time seeing each other. It just gave off those really emotional vibes, and since we never see Vel in the original trilogy is only 5 years after this, and yet we see Mon Mothma, I don't think it would be a shock if Vel died in this show. We see Andor and Kino have a long talk before bed. Through this conversation between the two, you can see the conflict within Kino. He wants to believe in the system, but also thinks that he is never getting out. It is quite interesting to watch his character. He is slowly showing that he is just like the rest of the inmates trying to complete his sentence and go home. He doesn't want any trouble. Dedra continues to search for Andor and uncover the mystery that she's been investigating. Although she has lots of dialogue in this episode, her scenes didn't reveal much. All it told us, viewers, is that the Empire is slowly getting on Andor's tail and putting the pieces together. But I just don't think they need this much dialogue and time to tell us this. It seems a bit wasted where we could be furthering the story somewhere else. We see Cyril again, who tells his mother about his promotion before leaving the house. He goes to find Dedra and reveals to her that he's been following and stalking her for a few days. Something you probably shouldn't tell a high-ranking Imperial officer. He comes across very aggressive in this conversation. I think the point of it was him wanting to work with her and gain a promotion, but she didn't take any bait and swiftly moved on. I think next episode we will see these two again, but like Dedra will likely come after him and offer him a job, something like that. As we finally cut back to Andor, he and his crew are slaving away on their shift, but the old guy in their crew suddenly has a stroke which causes him to collapse. He's been off the whole episode. They call for a doctor with Andor and Kino standing waiting behind the old man. This part was by far the best in the episode. After the old man dies, the doctor explains what happened on level 2. He said that a prisoner on level 4 completed his sentence and left the prison, but the following day he was arrested and brought to level 2. Then everyone on level 2 was executed. This was the main point of the episode. What I think they're trying to say here is that the prisoners are just randomly selected. You can be arrested for anything and then thrown into a prison. He said that the prisoner that was on level 4 completed his sentence but then was taken straight to level 2. So basically no one is getting out. Once you've completed your sentence, you were just taken to another level. However, this prisoner leaked it to his rest of his floor and told him that they were never getting out, so the Empire had to kill them all. Pretty dark stuff. Then Kino tells Andor about the guards on their level, and you can now see he's keen to help Andor. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode, and thanks for watching.